welcome to Crystal's Crochet Cubbyhole. I am attempting to do my first tutorial today. I'm going to start trying to do a tutorial every Tuesday. Tutorial Tuesday, guys. It will be left-handed, and I will do a video for right-handed. I'm left-handed, and I had a hard time finding videos that I could learn by. It was really hard for me to get started because of where I'm left-handed. But we're going to do a washcloth series, I guess you could say, and we'll be doing a different stitch each week, learning a different stitch. And I hope that I'm not infringing on any other content creators. I don't know if anyone else is doing a washcloth stitch tutorial series or not. That is not my intention. This is just, I used to, Doris, Rose Cottage Studios, when she had a stitch series going on, and I loved it. And I learned a lot of new stitches from her, and I thought, well, that might be a way for me to start out with my tutorials, something simple and short that you can learn. And if there's anything you would like me to teach as far as stitches or things to make, please just comment below. And I also would love to have some constructive criticism as far as how my video is. This is my first time trying this, so lighting, fast, slow, anything like that. If I'm not not put my hands in the right place and that kind of stuff. Oops, messing with the light like I just now did. I kicked it. Okay, so let's get started and see how this goes. I'm a little nervous, so bear with me, please. You will need a darning needle to sew in your ends, a pair of scissors, a tape measure, and I realized when I was looking for all this stuff that I don't have enough tape measures, guys. I'm going to have to get me some more. They may be in project bags somewhere. I don't know, but I think I need more tape measures. Excuse me. Okay. I've got my Furls 5mm crochet hook I'm going to use. The yarn does call for a 5mm. I love my Furls. I really like how it feels in your hand. I'm a knife gripper, so that's how I will be doing. If anyone's interested in purchasing Furls, I do have an affiliate link on my community tab. You're welcome to go through that link, and I do get a small commission if you do, but you don't have to. And if there's someone else that you follow that you're purchasing through them, please continue to purchase through them. I don't want to take nothing away from anyone. So the yarn I'm using today is Yarnspirations Bernat Handcrafter Cotton. It does call, like I said, for a 5mm crochet hook. It's the color Coral Seas. It's a medium 4 weight. It is, where's the measurements? Oh, 1.5 ounces, 71 yards. So let's get started. I want to do 10-inch washcloth square. So we'll start out with a slip knot, and you wrap your yarn around your fingers, cross over. Then I take the end and put it up through there, get a loop, and pull. And you do it the way you want to. This is just how I learned and I do it. And it may seem a little awkward to somebody, but I am left-handed, and I did have a little bit of issues learning how, but it works for me. Okay, so now I'm going to chain until we get a 10-inch chain. So, and then we'll count our loops, and I'll see how many I did for 10 inches. And I'm trying to keep this in the camera. And like I said, I am a little bit nervous, so I'm a little bit shaky. Hopefully, I'll get better at this as we go along. So you just do your chain. And I'll pause the video here so it's not too long. Plus, you don't have to sit here and watch me just chain. Okay? Let me pause it. Okay, guys, I have approximately 10 inches. And it might be a little shorter. I'm going to chain one more so that hopefully it'll turn out to be 10 inches when I turn and go back. If you want to do a different size, and I say I got a shadow there, I've got to work on that. Okay, if you want to do a different size, or larger, smaller, that's fine. Whatever you want to do. I'm just kind of basically going to just teach a stitch for those who want to learn. And so there's my 10 inches. Now we're just going to do a simple one that's half double crochets, the whole washcloth. So I chained one more after I got my, approximately 10 inches, and then I'm going to take my hook, wrap my yarn around it, go into the second chain from the hook, pull up some yarn, pull through, and then you got 3 loops on your hook. I'm going to pull through all 3, and that's a half double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, go into the next loop, wrap some yarn around my hook, pull through. You got 3 hooks on your chain, yarn over, pull through all 3. And we'll do it again. You wrap your yarn around your hook, go into the next loop, yarn over the hook, pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. There you go. And I'm going to pause the video and I will meet you back at the end. So just go ahead and continue to do that all the way down to the last loop. Okay, I'm coming up on the end. I noticed one thing, guys. I tend to crochet with my arms toward my body more. So this is a little bit of a challenge for me. So I've got 2 loops left. I'm going to yarn over my hook, go through the next loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. There's 3 loops on my hook, pull through all 3. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, go in the hook loop, pull up some yarn, pull it through, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now right here I'm going to chain 1 and turn. So there's what we're looking like so far. Okay, let me get me a little bit more yarn out. So I chained 1 and I turned. Now I'm going into the second loop from the hook. I'm going to yarn over, go through both loops, wrap your yarn around your hook, pull through. You got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over your hook, through 2 loops in your work, yarn over, pull through. You got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. So yarn over your hook, through the next stitch, both loops, yarn over the hook, pull through the loop, pull through the stitch, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. So I'm going to continue that all the way to the end, and I'll meet you at the end again. Okay, guys, I'm going to talk just a minute. Just questions. Do you like me pausing like that and then meeting you at the end? Or do you want to watch me as I crochet the whole row? Which would be best for you? I try not to make my videos too long, but I want them long enough to where you can understand. Sorry, guys. See? I'm working on trying to improve my video skills. Okay? We are having a beautiful day today. It is going to be in the 60s today. Tomorrow is going to be 78 degrees outside. Oh, beautiful weather. Cannot wait. So, I'm all excited about that. Let's see what else. So that's what it's looking like so far. And you can either, like at the end, we can leave it like it is if it's pretty square, or if you would like a little border around, you can go around and do a border, you have both options. So again, I'm going to pause. When I get to the end, I will come back and we'll do our next row. Okay, guys, we're at the end. I've got one more stitch to do. Yarn over, go through both loops in the stitch, yarn over your hook, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Then we're going to chain 1 and turn. And hopefully, there's what we got so far. It should, stay pretty straight on both sides. So that's a pretty yarn. I'm liking that yarn. And also, if there's any certain stitches you want me to teach, just let me know. And if I don't know the stitch, I will learn it and then show you. How's that sound? But, okay, we're going to start our 3rd row. And we're going to yarn over the hook, go into that first loop right there. It's not the one that's here, where we chained 1. But right here, go through that first one. yarn over the hook, pull through both loops in your stitch. You got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. And we're going to continue that all the way down until we get to the end of that row. And then we are going to, I'll meet you again and do it one more time and show you how to turn and go back through. And hopefully you can make it whatever length you want. I'm going to try to make mine square. So when I get to the end, when I get it to where I think it's square, I will count how many rows and let you guys know how many rows I did. And sorry, I probably keep going out of the camera because I tend to want to hold my yarn up to my body. I'll have to play this and watch it before I put it out there. Make sure it's decent enough to get out there for you. So, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause the video and I will meet you at the end of this row. Okay guys, I'm at the end of the row. I've got one more stitch to do. So again, and if any of my fellow content creators needs to correct how I'm talking, like if I'm not using the correct vernacular, please email me. I'll send you my phone number. You can call and we can talk, whatever we need to do so that I can do what's correct, because I want everybody to fully understand me. I want this to be easy. And I know there's certain people you can learn from easier than others. So if you can't learn good from me, then we'll find you a content creator where you can learn easy from them. But hopefully you will get some benefit out of this video. So we're on our last one for this. Sorry for shaking the camera. We're on our last, we've got 1 loop left. So we'll yarn over the hook, in through both loops, yarn over the hook, pull through the 2 loops, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 1 and turn. So that's the basic pattern from here on out. You're going to be doing the half double crochet all the way across. At the end of each row, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work and then do your next row and get it the width that you want it to be. So I'm going to pause the video and I will be back when I'm at the end and got like maybe 1 row left, and we'll do the last row together, and I will tell you how many rows I've done total to get, because I want to do like a 10 by 10. So we'll do that and I'll meet you right back in just a little bit. Okay guys, I wanted to show you something real quick. I'm at the end of this row and I've got 1 stitch left, and you have to kind of look, and it's kind of laying on its side there a little bit. So you'll yarn over, go through both those loops and make sure you're getting the 2 loops on top. Yarn over, pull through. You got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. And that'll keep it even and you won't miss a stitch, because if you miss a stitch, it's not going to square up. Okay? So, and I also wanted to mention, yarn over, chain 1, turn for the next row. If you're wanting tighter stitches, then you could go down a hook size. If you want looser stitches, then you could go up a hook size. So just whatever you're wanting for the washcloth or whatever you're making, the hook size has a big, has a lot to do with how drapey it is and all that. So if you want it more drapier and looser stitches, then you would do a bigger hook. Plus your hook size will determine, the size of your item that you're making. A larger hook will make a larger item. So, but there's that you can consider when you're making something. And I like using a larger hook when I'm doing shawls and blankets and stuff, because it just makes them more drapey and just nicer, the flow on them. So, but we'll continue on and I'll meet you when I get to the end, unless I think of something else I want to tell you, okay? Okay, I wanted to show you something else. Here's where I'm at so far. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. I'm at the beginning of a new row and I've chained 1 and turned my work. You want to look and make sure, let's see the crammer. Make sure you go into this first loop right here, because if you don't, you'll mess up. Like if you go down back here, it's going to make it wonky on the side, or if you go further in. So always make sure you're in the first stitch. And when you're at the end, make sure that you get into that very last stitch and do one there, or your washcloth's going to be wonky and different sized edges will be all crazy. So there's that so far, and we'll see you a little bit further along. Okay guys, I'm a little bit further along. You see how my sides are coming up pretty straight and even, not too crooked and lopsided. Let's see how many I've got. That's 4.5 inches, so I've got to go a little bit further now to get to the 10 inches I want. And let's see, it's still reading, well, it's a little shorter than 10 inches. Well, yeah, it's about 10 inches. I think it's, yeah. So it's close enough. So there's that, and we'll keep going. And I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay guys, I'm on, here's what I've got done so far. I've got 16 rows. Let's measure and see where we're at and how much more we need to go. I'm at 8. So I've got 2 more inches to do. And I'm thinking one row, 1.5 rows is about an inch. So I'm going to crochet a couple more rows. We'll come back and measure again, and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm measuring this, and it is, you know, pretty close to 10 that way. And then I don't know if let's see, let me back up. Okay, so it's pretty close to 10 that way and that way. So I think I'm going to stop right there. I have a total of 20 rows. Let me close up again. I did a total of 20 rows. I chained one, and now I'm going to cut my yarn, leaving a long enough tail to weave in the ends. And guys, look at this. I want to show you. Oh, sorry. This is all the yarn I had left out of that little skein. So a half double crochet is a yarn eater. So I cut off, I had chained one, cut off my yarn, pull it on through, and cinch it. Okay? And I'm going to get my yarn needle, or my needle, and I'm going to sew in my ends. And when you're sewing in your ends, if you will sew a few stitches this way, and then turn around and go back, and then back, that kind of helps hold it in there for you. And I think as you wash this and stuff, it's going to get tighter. So I'm going to just try to go in here, probably right about here. We'll go through a few stitches and pull through and just weave in my ends. See, I keep moving it out of the camera, don't I? So. And then I'm going to cut. And there's that. And then, let's see. Let me go ahead and I need to weave in my other end here. So. This one it's not as long, so maybe I need to leave it a little bit longer next time if I feel like, excuse me, if you feel like you need a little bit longer to weave in, and that's too short. So. Oh, am I doing it again? Anna? I'm wondering if it's where I can't see good too. Okay. And then I'll cut that excess off. Okay, guys. Let's back up so you can see. There is my finished washcloth. If you wanted to add a border, you could do like a few rows of single crochet all the way around or something. But I'm going to leave mine just like that. And that is a pretty pattern too, and I love those colors. This is yarn that my son and daughter-in-law gave me. And again, that's the Bernat Handcrafter Cotton in the color Coral Seas. And I used 5mm crochet hook. So, guys, that's my first tutorial. I hope that it was easy to follow. Please, if you have any suggestions or comments of any kind, I do appreciate them. I love you guys. And don't forget, if you haven't entered my 1-year Podiversary celebration giveaway that's going on right now, to go watch that video and enter that. I'm having so much fun reading those comments. And, well, I guess that's all for right now. If you like my devotionals, there'll be a devotional coming out tomorrow. And I guess we'll see you later in Crystal's Crochet Cubbyhole. Bye for now.